Volcanoes stand among Earth's most awe-inspiring yet unpredictable natural forces. In mere moments, they can both create and destroy entire landscapes. Beneath their breathtaking beauty lies immense power, a force that has molded civilizations, shifted climates, and rewritten the course of human history. As we approach 2025, one question grows more pressing. Which of these dormant giants might awaken next? Thanks to modern advances in volcanic monitoring and prediction, we're beginning to glimpse the restless pulse of our planet. Across the globe, certain volcanoes are stirring once again, their magma chambers filling, their slopes trembling with the promise of renewed activity. In this video, we'll uncover the volcanoes most likely to erupt in 2025, exploring their recent behavior, the threats they pose, and the possible consequences of their awakening. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to support our channel. Your engagement helps us continue bringing you stories from the edge of Earth's power. 1. Kilauea, Hawaii, USA. Kilauea, situated on the southeastern flank of Hawaii's Big Island, is one of the most active volcanoes on Earth. Its nearly continuous eruptions have long fascinated both scientists and tourists. Since 1983, Kilauea has been in a persistent, eruptive phase, occasionally entering periods of intensified activity. Over time, these eruptions have reshaped the island's landscape, covering roughly 40 square miles with lava, and even extending the coastline by about 875 acres. The 2018 eruption remains one of Kilauea's most destructive in modern history. Rivers of lava consumed over 700 homes, displaced thousands of residents, and dramatically transformed the island's terrain. That same year, a magnitude 6.9 earthquake struck, the strongest in Hawaii in more than 4 decades, underscoring the deep connection between volcanic and seismic forces. After the 2018 eruption, Kilauea quieted briefly, with minor activity limited to the Halemaumau crater. But in December 2020, the volcano reawakened with an eruption that persisted for several months. Then, in early 2024, swarms of small earthquakes near the summit suggested that magma was once again moving beneath the surface, a classic signal that an eruption may be near. In June 2024, Kilauea erupted again in a remote section of Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, producing lava flows and gas emissions for around 12 hours. A later eruption in September occurred within the Napau crater, lasting 5 days and covering more than 880,000 square meters with fresh lava. Today, the U.S. Geological Survey and Hawaiian Volcano Observatory have intensified their surveillance, using cutting-edge instruments to track every tremor and gas emission. As 2025 approaches, all indications suggest Kilauea's restless behavior is far from over. 2. Campi Flegrei, Naples, Italy. Naples, Italy's third largest city, is home to around 3.1 million people, and it sits atop one of the world's most dangerous supervolcanoes. Known locally as Campi Flegrei, or the Phlegrean Fields, this 8-mile-wide caldera stretches beneath parts of Naples and extends into the Gulf of Pozzuoli. It was formed by 2 colossal eruptions, the Campanian Ignimbrite eruption about 36,000 years ago, and the Neapolitan Yellow Tuff eruption roughly 15,000 years ago. Although its last eruption occurred in 1538, scientists have grown increasingly concerned about signs of reactivation. Since the 1950s, the ground across the caldera has been slowly rising, a process caused by the movement of magma and gases below. The most dramatic uplift occurred between 1982 and 1984, when parts of the town of Pozzuoli rose nearly 2 meters, triggering swarms of earthquakes. In 2023 alone, the region recorded over 1,000 small tremors, leading researchers to warn that Campi Flegrei might be approaching a critical state. Given its location in one of Europe's most densely populated areas, an eruption could be catastrophic, unleashing pyroclastic flows, ashfall, and toxic gases capable of devastating infrastructure and farmland. Even more concerning, A major eruption could inject vast amounts of sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, potentially causing short-term global cooling, similar to the aftermath of Mount Tambora's 1815 eruption. For this reason, Campi Flegrei is among the most heavily monitored volcanic systems in the world, and 2025 could be the year when this slumbering giant finally stirs again. 3. Reykjanes Peninsula, Iceland. The Reykjanes Peninsula in Iceland has become one of the planet's most geologically active zones in recent years, located along the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the North American and Eurasian plates are slowly drifting apart. This region is a complex landscape of fissures, craters, and geothermal fields. After lying dormant for nearly 800 years, the area burst back to life in 2021, marking what experts believe is the start of a new and prolonged volcanic era. Subsequent eruptions in 2022 and 2023 were followed by an intense wave of seismic activity, with multiple earthquakes exceeding magnitude 5.0. By 2024, the region had experienced 5 separate eruptions, the most recent in August, where lava poured from a 7-kilometer-long fissure near the town of Grindavik. This eruption, the largest yet, covered more than 15 square kilometers and caused significant ground subsidence. Scientists now believe this renewed volcanic cycle could persist for decades or even centuries, posing a continuing threat to nearby towns, geothermal plants, and Keflavik International Airport. Given that about 70% of Iceland's population lives on or near the peninsula, the stakes are high. Thousands have already been evacuated during recent eruptions, and 2025 may well bring more dramatic displays of volcanic fury. 4. Mount Teide, Tenerife, Spain. Rising to 3,718 meters, Mount Teide dominates the island of Tenerife and stands as Spain's highest peak. Although it has not erupted since 1909, Teide's volcanic history, coupled with ongoing signs of subterranean activity, suggests that it is merely resting, not extinct. The volcano emits sulfur dioxide and other gases through fumaroles near its summit, and periodic clusters of small earthquakes indicate that magma still moves beneath the surface. In November 2024, a swarm of roughly 500 quakes was detected, renewing scientific attention. Ground deformation studies also reveal subtle uplift in the region, a possible sign that magma is accumulating at depth. Given Tenerife's dense population of nearly 1 million residents and the millions of tourists who visit each year, a future eruption could have devastating economic and environmental consequences. The island's rugged terrain, full of steep slopes and deep ravines, could amplify the impact of lava and pyroclastic flows, threatening communities and infrastructure. While experts emphasize that an eruption is not imminent, Teide's restlessness serves as a reminder of how quickly a quiet volcano can awaken. 5. Mount St. Helens, Washington, USA. Few volcanoes are as infamous as Mount St. Helens. Its catastrophic 1980 eruption, marked by a massive debris avalanche, lateral blast, and pyroclastic flows, obliterated everything within 230 square miles, killed 57 people, and caused over $1 billion in damages. Following that disaster, Mount St. Helens continued to exhibit sporadic activity, most notably between 2004 and 2008, when a new lava dome began forming inside the crater. In 2024, scientists observed a significant uptick in seismic activity. Over 1,000 small earthquakes have been recorded beneath the volcano since February, with increasing frequency and intensity throughout the year. Such swarms typically suggest magma movement deep underground, as molten rock forces its way upward through fractures, increasing internal pressure. The U.S. Geological Survey has ramped up monitoring, noting that the magmatic system may be recharging, a process that could eventually lead to another eruption. Though it's impossible to predict precisely when this will happen, whether in 2025 or years later, Mount St. Helens' growing restlessness cannot be ignored. The next eruption may not reach the scale of 1980, but it will undoubtedly draw global attention. As we look ahead to 2025 and beyond, volcanoes continue to both challenge and fascinate humanity. Each has its own unique dangers and mysteries, yet all offer invaluable insight into the Earth's inner workings. Despite remarkable advances in monitoring technology, the exact timing and scale of eruptions remain uncertain, a humbling reminder of nature's unpredictability. Preparedness and respect for these natural forces are essential. By studying and understanding volcanoes, we not only safeguard lives and infrastructure, but also gain a deeper appreciation for the immense power that continues to shape our planet.